Hello, welcome all. Today in this video lecture we are going to discuss the properties of region of convergence. In short, we call it as ROC. At the end of this session, students will be able to explain properties of region of convergence. Property 4 states that if x of n is infinite right-sided sequence and if the circle mod z is equal to r naught is in the ROC, then all finite values of z for which mod z is greater than r naught will also be in the ROC. X of z is equal to summation n equal to n1 to infinity x of n z to the power minus n, where n1 is finite, may be negative or positive. If n1 is negative, x of z becomes unbounded as z tends to infinity. For right-sided sequence, ROC will not include infinity. For a particular class of causal sequence where n1 is either 0 or positive, ROC will include z equal to infinity. And the region of convergence will be outside the circle for infinite right-sided sequence. Now, let us take an example to understand what we have discussed. Let us consider an example here. A discrete time signal x of n is a infinite right-sided sequence, that is 2 to the power n u of n. Find z transform and ROC for the given discrete time signal. We know that x of z is equal to summation n equal to minus infinity to plus infinity x of n z to the power minus n, where x of n is equal to 2 to the power n u of n. By substituting x of n is equal to 2 to the power n u of n in the above expression, x of z can be written as x of z is equal to summation n equal to minus infinity to plus infinity 2 to the power n u of n into z to the power minus n, where u of n is a unit step signal and it is defined as u of n is equal to 1 for n greater than or equal to 0 and u of n equal to 0 for n less than 0. Therefore, x of z can be written as summation n equal to 0 to infinity 2 to the power n z to the power minus n here. Now, because of the unit step signal, the limits of the summation has changed from n equal to minus infinity to plus infinity into n equal to 0 to infinity, because the unit step signal exists only on the right side. So, to understand that part, let us consider a graphical representation of x of n here. So, as we know that the limits of the summation has been changed into n equal to 0 to infinity because of the unit step signal u of n, because as per the definition, unit step signal u of n is equal to 1 for n greater than or equal to 0 and u of n is equal to 0 for n less than 0. Now, on the graphical representation, I have drawn 3 graphs here. First graph is 2 to the power n, which is a growing exponential signal, and second graph is a unit step signal, where on the left side you can see that all the values are 0, whereas on the right side all the values are equal to 1 here. Now, the third graph is a resulting signal, that is x of n, which is a product of 2 to the power n into u of n. So, when I multiply 2 to the power n this graph with the u of n, this graph, we can see that on the left side, that is for n equal to minus infinity to up to minus 1, all the values in u of n are equal to 0. Therefore, 2 to the power n multiplied with the 0 is equal to 0 here. So, you can see the dots on the horizontal axis, which represents the magnitude equal to 0, and this exists all the way from minus infinity to minus 1 here. Whereas from n equal to 0 to plus infinity, you can see that in 2 to the power n it is a growing exponential. Similarly, in unit step signal u of n, the magnitude is equal to 1 from n equal to 0 to infinity. So when 2 to the power n is multiplied with 1, the resulting signal will be equal to 2 to the power n, and this 2 to the power n exists from n equal to 0 to plus infinity. So therefore the limits of the summation are changed into n equal to 0 to infinity here. Therefore in x of z, the limits of the summation has been written as n equal to 0 to infinity 2 to the power n into z to the power minus n. Now further, x of z is written as summation n equal to 0 to infinity 2 into z inverse to the power n. Now we are going to use the infinite summation identity in our example to simplify this x of z further. So pause the video for some time and try to recall the infinite summation identity which we are going to use in our example here. So I hope you have recalled the infinite summation identity. So the infinite summation identity which I am going to use in this example is summation n equal to 0 to infinity alpha to the power n is equal to 1 divided by 1 minus alpha, and this infinite summation identity is valid if mod alpha is less than 1 here. So in our example, alpha is equal to 2z inverse. So we are going to use this infinite summation identity in our example to simplify x of z further here. So with the help of infinite summation identity, x of z can be directly written as 1 minus 1 divided by 2z inverse. It is written as x of z is equal to 1 divided by 1 minus 2z inverse, and this x of z exists if mod 2z inverse is less than 1 here. In other words, this can be written as mod z is greater than mod 2. So this can be achieved by multiplying both right hand side and left hand side by z here. Okay. Further, this can be simplified by multiplying both numerator and denominator by z here. So by multiplying numerator and denominator by z, this can be x of z can be written as z divided by z minus 2z inverse into z. So this z and z inverse will get cancelled. So this can be written as z divided by z minus 2. This is our x of z, and this is valid if mod z is greater than mod 2. Okay. So now let us plot the ROC on the z plane here. The region of convergence for the given discrete time signal x of n is equal to 2 to the power n u of n is as shown in the figure here. Okay. So the shaded part with the green color represents the region of convergence for the given signal. Thank you.